You're also going to have to convince these younger customers, like my generation specifically. We love Reddit. Wallstreetbets popped off. A lot of people made a lot of money. A lot of people lost all their money. Right. And that comes, you're going to have that snarky kid fresh out of college. I don't need to waste money on you. I can do all of this myself. And I need you guys to really prove to me that, no. You need to use an advisor. Other than that, I would just say, good luck. Have fun coming back to me when you're broke.
Exactly. Well, I would jump into from this perspective of kind of working with the AI, right, and developing these tools. The problem with, I'd say the problem, one of the pitfalls of large language models is they're so good at writing compelling narratives because they were trained on, billions of Reddit posts. And trained on, the entire corpus of great English literature and trained on most of the good content on the internet and also a lot of the bad. And so, in my opinion, as someone pretty close to the technology, is they're nowhere near ready to tell you what to do with the information. This is a tool
when you were designing, if you're designing a tool like this, do you keep that in mind? Like when you're designing building out a tool like this, do you think I might ruin a whole industry, or do you think I don't want to do that, man? I don't want to be Oppenheimer with the
no. Well, so it's
and Brad, like when you're using a tool like this, do you keep that in mind too? Like, hey man, if I'm working with a designer here to build an app like this, do you think, hey man, I'm paying you not to replace me?
Well, it's not even like that, because it's pretty obvious to us that that's not what this tool is going to do, right? That's not what this technology is poised to do, because ultimately, it's going to be quite a while before the AI can tell you what to do with, this news report about this 25 basis point rate hike. The difference is, with the right AI tool, you can get all 30 of the major news publications about the FOMC meeting and the rate hike condensed into 2 paragraphs that just have the important points in 5 seconds, instead of needing to go and read all of that news. And then you can ask it some follow-on questions, and it'll tell you with citations of where every sentence came from. And that's really that's our goal of where we want to get to, is put that information in front of the expert, but not do the decision making for the expert. I'm not going to tell you what to do with that information about that rate hike, at least not yet. I think there's a lot more to do there.
I think the critical thing is, I was a consultant, did hedge fund consulting for a while. Everyone needs to have that consultant mindset, which is you always want to move on to the next job, or try to anything that's repetitive, make it as efficient as you possibly can, train somebody else to do it. You're always moving on to more complicated tasks. And I think that's all we're doing here with AI. We are consultants finding things that what we can, that is repetitive and easier. We're trying to simplify it and be able to pass it on to other people. To me, that's really what AI is doing. If you're a consultant, you have that mindset, you're always looking for, the next job, or moving on, or trying to train other people. This is the perfect tool for you to be able to use to make people more efficient, make you more efficient. And that's, to me, the consultant mindset.
Well, Will, just to follow up on your whole, why young people should use an advisor. I mean, like I said, we've been through, Brad and I have been through this, for a long time. And you see, so, going back to what Tim was saying, how this has been, transformative as far as AI, et cetera. There have been firms using this for the last 15, 20 years. And I can name those firms, hedge fund firms, long-term capital, a bunch of quants. They blew up. They lost billions of dollars. In the last 2 years, let's talk about the meme stocks. There's been no less than 5 hedge funds who have blown up because of what's happening with the meme stock. So again, I see, not to say the dark side of AI, but, again, to Brad and Tim's point, the information you put in is very important. And what you do with the answer is even more important, because you can sit there and go, hey, AMC is extremely overvalued, we should short it. Again, this is not a recommendation to do it, but you do it and then you blow up, and then these kids are like, wow, man, what happened? I'm like, well, you had, information and you were only looking at one side of it. And this is why your puts expired worthless or whatever the case may be. So I think, people hear of people making a lot of money. They don't hear of all those people that lost money, doing some of these things that they shouldn't have been doing.